Okay. Thank you, Vikramji. Come on. Okay, no worries. I can live without it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. I will be your host for next 30 to 45 minutes. Um, and let's take a look what we are here for today. So, as per the agenda, we are going to start off with the introduction. I'll introduce myself properly in a moment. Then we'll look into why tech and why software testing. Why software testing is an important role. And in order to look into that, we'll check what is the market demand. We'll see some market insights. I'll have some links for you to go through, right? And then we're going to go over the career in software testing, like how we can get in and what are the career paths for us. And then we'll dive deeper into, like, what is our training program, what are the tools that we are using, and everything that we have to offer from skill up. And then at the end we'll have a question and answer session. Okay, so without any further ado, let's dive into it. So first thing first, I want to introduce you guys to skillup.study. So skillup.study is not really a startup anymore. We are testers, so everyone who work within this company, they all belong to software testing field. And we started back in 2020. We started with training corporate employees. We used to go into the corporate and train their employees on how they can enhance their software testing and how they can include automation, and they can save big money and a lot of time. So this is how we started, and now we are going to public, and we want to make sure that the same hands-on practice that we used to do in corporate, we are bringing to our our students in public. So we are based out of Toronto, but our curriculum is for worldwide IT. I have taught students in Australia. I've had teachers from Australia, Europe, and America. Uh, the tools, the technology, and the way they work is exactly the same way that we do it here. So it's for worldwide audience. Means you can learn it from us, and you can find job anywhere in the world. It's not just limited to Canada only or US only. Okay, now a bit about myself. So I am Mohammed Faraz. Both are my names. You can call me. They both are my first name, so you can call me anyway. But I often go in my corporate world by Mohammed, and I am the CEO and instructor. And by day job, I am a senior development engineer in test. Uh, I've been in the industry for over 10 years now. Teaching is something that I found by accident. That's a story for another day, but I didn't know I like teaching, but I found it. So that's what I'm doing now, and that's what I want to do in the future. I designed most of the course material that we'll be going over for, if you guys do enroll. Everything that is there, most of that course material was designed by me, and then my team helped me enhance it. I was never a good student in school. I can 100% guarantee you that I was never a good student. But then in practical life, when I could see things happening, things made a whole lot of sense, and that's exactly what I'm bringing to the table. So yeah, let's see. So that's pretty much about me. Now there is some other members of the team that I really want to focus on. There is a homework dedicated in-house homework team. They're professional testers, so every time we'll have a class, after every class we'll have a relevant related assignment or homework for you guys. And all that homework goes to our homework team. They review it, they mark it, and they're very professional. Their remarks are really easy to understand. And then again, we're going to discuss the exact same thing in the next class. So it's really hands-on, very slow pace environment. and all credit goes to our homework team for maintaining all that. Also, we have our in-house support and admin team. You can ask for support, anything that we're offering about anything there, right? And they would get back to you within 24 hours as per our service level agreement. So now that was about us. Now, quickly, it's your turn. If you guys don't mind, let's share your city and why you are joining us. Just anything quickly, in a short sentence maybe, so that it's not like one way conversation. I want to make sure that it's both ways, so we both understand each other well. So if you guys don't mind, please quickly share your city and how or why you're joining us, if you don't mind. Thank you. Vikramjit from Montreal, want to work remotely? Absolutely, yes. So all of these software testing career, they are very remote friendly, and we'll talk a whole lot more about it. So don't worry. Biant said Biant is from Brentford and she wants to enhance skills in IT. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, don't worry. We're right at the spot. Our company is Skill Up, so you're right at the right spot. Bob is from Calgary, and Bob is looking to switch the career. Thank you, Bob. Hopefully, I'll be able to deliver what exactly software testing is, and if it is for you, that would be awesome. Rabia said she is from Brampton and want to learn new skill. Okay, so you're also looking into switching careers. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Quickly, we've only heard from 3 or 4 of you. I see there is 15 of us in the call. Pavan said, Pavan is from Brentford. I bored from my job and want to learn new things. Awesome. Sure thing, Pavan. Hopefully, this is going to be a fruitful session for you today, and then you will decide if it is for you or not. Anyone else want to share? Amber Saida said she is from Welland, want to learn new things. Okay, thank you. Welcome, Amber. Anyone else? Okay. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for your input. Navroop said she's from Brampton and want to join the job, want to switch the job. I see. Sure thing. So we have kind of like common goals, all of us, right? And that's awesome. So we'll be able to focus a whole lot more on that, on switching the career to IT. And then, of course, this is the whole webinar is about, like how we're going to switch, and when switching to tech, why software testing is the best option. We're going to talk about all of that today. Robin Deere said, Calgary want to get into IT sector. Okay, for sure. So yeah, as I'm saying, most of us are looking into switching the career. So that's awesome. Okay. Anyone else? Did I miss anyone? I hope not. Okay, perfect. So let's get moving. So now, thank you so much for sharing your cities and what you're looking for. That's awesome. Now, let's see again the question that we want to answer: why tech? Right now, the tech is top most 5 in-demand occupations. Right, like the tech is is here and is going to be here. So anything related to tech is, of course, is going to be the top occupation. And the other thing that I talked about, there's global opportunities, right? It's not, you're not limited to one locale or like uh, in Canada or US only. I've seen Australia, Europe, they're all doing the exact. There's software testing happening everywhere, right? Or tech is everywhere. So there's high earning. Again, these are the very professional jobs. These are the real jobs, means you're making a real impact, right? And these, of course, if it is a real high impact job, then of course the earnings are higher as well. So there is high earning in tech, and they are going to be like that for a very long time. And the most important and my favorite one is the flexibility and remote work. When we talk about the flexibility, a lot of companies, they define it as flex hours. What do they mean by that is that you don't really have to be there 9 to 5. There's 8 hours that you need to do, 7.5 hours that you need to do, and you can do, literally in your own time. Of course, there's meetings that are scheduled which you have to take, but there's a lot of flexibility. And then most of these jobs are remote friendly, right? So it means if they're fully remote, or they are hybrid, means you might have to go once or twice to office, and rest it's all from home. Okay, now when it comes to the software testing, like a subset of a big tech, right? So within software testing, I mean, my most favorite part about software testing is that it's the most chill job. It is like the least stressful job compared to any other job, I would say. Like, forget about the developers or managers. I think I can compare that with any other occupation, and it is the least stressful job. Now, not just it's a least stressful job, it is really easy to crack the interviews, to get in, because it's testing, right? We're not developers, we are not builders, we're not going to build any software. We're just going to make sure that the software does what it is supposed to do, right? And that is an important job, right? It is not a secondary job. This is the most primary job. It's a very important job. We're going to talk about it in a second, that why it is very important job. But if your software is not working, what kind of software is that? What difference is going to make, right? So we'll talk much more about that, but it's an extremely important job. And of course, it has room to grow. So you can start from, as an analyst, you can become an engineer, you can become the senior level engineer, and eventually grow up to anything you want to be. And then within the testing itself, it's not just one type of testing. There is multiple types of testings that you can specialize in. So it's like really niche and really specialized jobs. Again, top 5 in demand in tech jobs. So tech job is like, the tech jobs are the top 5 in all the occupations. And then in tech, QA or software testing is the top 5 in demand jobs. Again, very low level of entry. You can very easily get into it. You don't need any formal education, like a degree or whatever. You don't need anything like that. You just need to know your skills, and you just need to know how to kill the interview, and that's pretty much it. And in terms of compensation, normally they say that the testers, they make 15% less than developers. But then there are cases where testers make a whole lot more than developers. These are specialized role, and these roles, they make a whole lot more than developers, which we're going to talk about as well in a second. I'll show you guys that career path as well. Okay, so that's my reasons that this is why I got into software testing, and this is exactly what I want you guys to consider as well. Now, let's talk about why testing is an important role, as we talked about earlier, right? And in order for me to elaborate that, I got few examples for you guys. The very first example is the infamous Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner launched her makeup kit back in 2016, and it was such a amazing marketing, that she did, that there was such a big traffic to her website on the day that she launched, that they say that it was 200K users simultaneously, like at the same time, went to that website. What happened? Site crashed, right? The site went down because site wasn't able to handle such a traffic. So instead of making money, she was running around, trying to fix things, like a moment ago I was trying to. So instead of having money, she got no sales and angry customers and the reputation. So PostScript, there is another course that we have for load testing and stress testing. We can talk about it later, but that's another niche. That's another specialized field that you can go into after starting as a career, starting as a tester. Then you can go into the load testing or testing, stress testing like that, to make sure that your sites don't crash like that. Another really good example, and this one is my personal favorite, is a 14-year-old boy in Arizona back in 2019 found a defect in Apple FaceTime. Um, the defect was serious. Users could listen and see receipt on, after cancellation of the call as well, right? So you tried to call someone, you canceled it, you thought, oh, I canceled it, but it didn't really get canceled. So that was a big defect. It was a security issue, like privacy issue. So they found it. The 14-year-old boy found it. I think his name is Joshua Rogers. So Joshua found it, and Joshua reported it to Apple, and Apple bounty program paid him $200K, right, for finding the defect. So before their customers got angry, they got reported and they fixed it. So security testing is another very high level, high paying job that you can eventually grow into. And then, of course, there's tons and tons of examples like that. For example, Nissan, they recalled over 1 million cars because of their software issue, right? Starbucks was unable to sell their 60% of the stores in US. The coffee they were giving for free for a couple of days. And that was also a software glitch. The Bloomberg terminal in London crashed, right? And more than 300,000 traders on financial market suffered that, right? So that's I can go on and on and on, because of software glitches, often, there's big money involved, as well as, these softwares are being used as critical infrastructure of our lives, right? The softwares are in hospital, the softwares are in the airplane, the softwares are, literally almost everywhere around us, right? So again, we can't afford the glitches in production in real life. Imagine, a plane or something, and there are examples in the past that have happened, that because of the software issue, there was there were these unfortunate events, right? So that's why it is an extremely important job, right? Now, a product itself is not a product until it passes the quality, until it's being tested. So you cannot really say, oh, and this is the tradition that first world has always followed, that a product is not a product until it's being tested, until it's being past that quality benchmark, right? And in order to test that, there's people like myself, and we literally break things and we get paid for that. This is the most chill and the most important role I can ever think of. Right now, again, now we talk about the demand. What is the demand of this role overall in North America specifically? I'm going to talk about. So if we talk about USA, there is over 350 testing open positions. This was something from I think a month ago or a couple of months ago, hardly. So there's still positions open, and here are some screenshots for you guys. In terms of demand in Canada, there is currently over 125,000 open testing positions. There, again, testing itself is a huge domain, right? So there's a lot of testing, a lot of types of testing that are out there. So here's another screenshot. And again, you don't need to take my word for it. You should do your own research. There's platforms available to you. For example, LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster. Just go up and search for yourself, and find out what the companies are paying for, right? And what kind of roles are there. Most of them, as I said, they're remote friendly, flexible hours, and high paying roles. Okay. Now, if we talk about in general, the demand is not going to go any low because there is growing global digital transformation that is happening for quite some time, and it is going to go on for a very long time. There is rapid growth of software development that is happening every day. Every day there is tons and tons of softwares around the globe that are being built, and they are being produced, they are being released to the to the market, right? And there is also, like, the rise of AI, and some people are scared that based on these AI softwares and stuff, the testing jobs are gonna go. No, they are completely wrong. With the with the rise of AI and machine learning, our jobs are even more. It's gonna grow even more because we cannot rely on something like AI just like that. We have to test each and every scenario with those products, right? And after extensive testing, only those products they go to the market. Okay, so there is extreme demand, and it's going to continue. And again, you guys don't need to take my word for that. I have a couple of links for you guys. So there is a Global Market Insight. These guys publish articles often, and they have highly recommended automation testing because the market is going to stay high for a very long time. And same thing with the Tech Report. Tech Report is another publisher that published articles related to the tech, and they have also predicted that software testing is going to stay up. I'll share these links with you, and if you guys want any more information as well, I'm happy to provide. Okay, now let's talk about the career path, right? Like how you can start and where you can go. Now, in order to get into the software testing, the very first level, the entry level, it pays you anywhere from 50 to 60K or 70K per year. So we try to be a little bit humble. We made it a little less of a number, but that's like the very, very entry level that you have never had any experience before. You're just, start finished your education and now you are starting up. So that's like the entry level. But within a year or even less, sometimes I've seen you can climb up to level two, and level two is mostly the QA engineer level, quality assurance engineer, software quality assurance engineer, and that pays anywhere from 60 to 90K per year. Now the gap you see is huge because there is multiple factors involved. And so these are so first two levels are mostly the manual testing levels, right? That's another whole lot of topic, like what is manual testing and what is automation testing. But then, just to be brief, there's manual testing where manually we test something, and then there is automation that we do, that our softwares automatically test other softwares, right? So those guys, level three guys, they make over 100K on average, 120K. And then there's a level even above, which is SDET, software development engineer and test. These guys are the specialized guys. They often make more money than the web developers, backend developers, front end developers, and developers in general. Okay, and again, also in the SDET or any of these levels, you could get into the security, you could get into the stress testing, or the load testing part. You can get into performance testing, right? Security, backend. There's tons of different specialized testing. It's within that umbrella. So, in general, it's a high-paying job. Now, the QA analyst, again, you don't need to take my words. You can definitely do your own research. Again, the same Glassdoor, LinkedIn, the other ones you can search up there. The QA analyst salaries and everything else. And the screenshot that we're seeing right now is based on U.S. salaries. So the U.S. salary is a little bit higher than Canadian salaries. So yeah, that's one thing for sure. And same thing with the automation engineer. These guys are like making easily over 100K every year on average. Now, do I really need a tech background to get into software testing? I would say if you don't have a tech background, that's even better, right? Because you can start fresh. It's an empty slate. You can add anything onto it, right? You don't need to be a tech wizard to begin with, right? To start career in quality assurance, it's like our training is designed for that, right? So if you're a beginner, that's even better. And we have helped people from all the walks of life. Like there's teachers, marketers, customer service representatives, help desk representatives, artists, Uber drivers or truck drivers. They have switched the career into tech, into software testing using the same program. And just to show you guys, there's a couple of examples. So Zanata was a former beauty advisor based out of New York, and she is now a QA analyst in a leading tech company working from home in New York. Also, another example, I'm really proud of these students. Honey Deep is another example. Honey was a musician, Punjabi musician, and now he works as a QA, again remotely with the flex hour schedule. Um, Sunny used to be a long haul truck driver and now works at financial institution as a test engineer, automation test engineer. So the point is, again, you could be anyone, right? Regardless of your background, all it needs is dedication, discipline, and consistency. You can learn and you can become a QA engineer or software tester. It's not an impossible task. Now, what do you really need to land a job as a software tester or as a QA? What do you really need? Now, of course, you need to have a knowledge. You need to know what is you need. I mean, this is the base, right? The knowledge. Then, how to use that knowledge with what tools, right? And what kind of techniques, right? So you gotta, and that's something you learn with the experience only, with the practice only. And for practice, you gotta have real life projects, right? I mean, I was really bad at maths, or any other, or physics as well. I was never able to understand the laws of physics until I saw them in reality, right? Like how the force F is equal to ma, right? And all that stuff. When you see it in reality, it makes sense. Theory or something like that doesn't. So what you really need is practice with the real project where you're really testing, you're really documenting, you're really automating and reporting, right? And of course you need support. It's a career switch. You can't just become software testing, a software tester within a month or so, right? You need a dedicated support for that, and you need to have um, you know preparation to kill the interview. So pretty much this is what you really need to step in. Now, our curriculum is really designed to get you to that level, right? So for that, there is two programs that we have, right? One is the QA analyst program. QA analyst program is a shorter program. It's basically a subset of a bigger program. So in the QA analyst program, we train you on how to test softwares manually, right? We first see what is software testing, then we see what is the project management in IT, how we really, manage a project when we're when we're building a software. How do we really manage that project? So we need to know that, right? We need to know each and every process, each and every step that is involved. So we will train you on that. And then we have some technical stuff, like for example, database and APIs. Don't worry if that doesn't make sense to you right now. We'll talk about it later. uh, but then we have, again, it's a very, very technical and hands-on program, focusing mostly on manual testing, project management, and backend and APIs. Apart from that, we have this mentorship included within this program. What the mentorship does, we have 3 sessions. You will have 3 one-on-one sessions with me and other teachers. Again, these other teachers are also engineers with 10 years of experience. So you'll have one-on-one sessions with them. We'll go over your resume preparation. We'll do mock interviews. And then the last session, the third session, we will reserve that session for your real interview. So let's say you have a real interview scheduled for next week. You can schedule a mentorship session with me, and we can go over your actual real job description that they have posted, and I can tell you what kind of questions that I predict that they will ask. And we'll do another real life kind of mock interview based on that company. So it's really tailored and really personalized. And then on top of that, we have in-house internships. So after the end of learning everything and hands-on everything, we're gonna go even further in terms of hands-on. We're gonna do internship, which means that we have real projects which our teams are working on. You will become part of our team for 1 month, and you will contribute to our project from discovery to delivery kind of thing, from idea to all the way to how we are delivering our project. So there's tons of projects that we are working on, and we want our students to join us in those internships and get a real hands-on experience. Now, if we talk about the main program, so this is the actual program. This curriculum QA analyst is basically just a subset out of this. The main program is the SDET program. So this program consists of the analyst program that we saw earlier, right here, as well as it has the automation. So we're gonna learn the programming one step at a time, very slow paced programming classes. Then we dive into automation, and not just the testing automation or automating the testing, but the entire process of project management and the testing will get automated within our program. We'll do that hands-on. I'll do it with you over in the class, and then we'll have exercises that will make you do the exact same thing but by yourself. Now the next thing, of course, this one also has mentorship and internship included, just like I talked about three one-on-one sessions, mentorship sessions, and the internship where you will be automating stuff in-house, how we do it at work. So you will be doing it in the same way. Okay, so again, 2 programs, and one is the shorter one. So this one is around 12 months long program. 12 weeks long program, only 3 months, and it includes the manual testing, mentorship, and in-house internship. When it comes to the actual bigger program, it includes the manual plus automation plus mentorship plus internship. So this program is about 6 months long, and within 6 months, we'll be meeting every second day. Means every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we'll have a class, and and you are supposed to submit your assignment before the start of the next class. So this is the schedule we're gonna go on with. And when I talk about the hands-on training on a real project, so we have an in-house music player application. Anything that you can do with, for example, the Apple Music or Spotify, this application does exact same thing. You can add songs, you can create albums, delete songs, whatever, all those things. It's a real working music player. We will be testing this real music player. We'll be automating everything within this. So this is an extremely real scenario kind of project that we have. And with this, you can just show to your potential employer that this is the project that I have worked before, to show your skills, to show your experience. And that's pretty much all you need, to be honest. So in terms of the tools that we'll be using on our project, we have a lot of manual testing tools. Don't worry if you guys don't know any of these logos right now, but these are, I can tell you, the industry leading tools. And for example, like what I mean by industry leading tools is that think about the social media, right? There is Facebook, Instagram, there is Snapchat, There is so many other things. They all do have their primary functionalities, and they have other functionalities, but they all do pretty much the same thing. You can call, you can share videos, you can share memes and whatnot, right? So they all do the same thing. But these are 5 or 6 are not the only ones. There is thousands of other social media platforms that we never heard of, right? But these are the industry leading platforms. Same exact thing with the testing tools. The tools that we are going to use are going to be the industry leading testing tools. Everything else, is a different stuff. But these are the industry leading tools that we're going to learn. And if you know these tools, trust me, you can learn anything else after that. Same thing with the automation. We are going to be learning Java programming, and with that, we are going to be learning so much other stuff. Again, these are very, very technical tools. I'm sure if you don't belong to IT, you don't know them, but these are the tools. You can do your search. Any job out there for testing is looking for these tools. They're looking for experience with these tools, and we're gonna go over them. Now, I really want you. I really want you after this webinar. I really want you to do your own research. Again, all of this that we're going over will be available to you. This whole webinar will be available to you. You can always go over these tools, and you can compare with the jobs that are out there. All of those jobs are asking for these tools, experience with these tools. So in a nutshell, all you need for success is knowledge, real tools, real projects, support, the environment, that we have, the interview preparation, and then, of course, the real life project that we're going to do in the in-house, right? And then the very high priority or extremely important thing that we do have a money back guarantee. Again, I'm going to talk about it in a second, but we do have money back guarantee as well. Now, before I talk about that, let's see what is the average tuition cost. Now, the average tuition cost for a local student, not an international student, the local student in US is anywhere around 9,680 yearly, right? And this is like the lowest number that I've talked about. Anything else is higher than that, right? So that's a yearly college fees. And then, of course, it's gonna go for 1 year, not just for 1 year, for at least 2 to 3 years long programs are out there, right? And if we go about the boot camp, right? The boot camps out there are also anywhere around $14,000. So these are boot camps like ours, but they cost around $14,000. Again, you don't need to take my word. Do your own research, but you will find these numbers out there. On the other hand, our prices are much different. We believe in fair pricing, and for that we have the regular cost of $3,500 for QA analyst program, which is only for which is 3 months or 12 weeks long program. The SDET, the actual bigger program, is is around $7,000. But we have a special offer for you guys. The special offer for our attendees is that instead of 3,500, you can get that program for 2,500 if you're paying in single payment. But we do have in-house payment agreements, easy installment plans, but that will bring your total up to a little up, which is 3,000. Again, the actual price is 3,500, right? So again, it's all interest free if you go for installments. But the only reason the single payment is lower is because we encourage you to buy in one go. In one go. So it's good for business. That's all it is. Nothing else. But again, if you wanna, as a webinar attendee, if you wanna go for this analyst program, and if you wanna pay in one shot, it's gonna be $2,500 for you. If you wanna do in installments, it's gonna be $3,000. On the other hand, the SDET program, which is 6 months long program, right? Instead of 7,000, it's gonna cost you 6,499 if you want to pay in installments. And as you know, we encourage, if you pay in one shot, it's gonna be $6,000 only. So this is only special offer for the webinar attendees. Anything else will be back to the regular, right? Now, the money back guarantee that I talked about, right? Again, no one can give you, job placement guarantee, right? Even I can't predict where you are going to land or what is going to happen. But I can tell you one thing, that if you follow the program that we have, means that you have submitted, you have attended all the classes, you have submitted all the assignments, and you have passed all the assignments, right? And you have done mentorship, and you have done internship, and you're applying the way we've told you, there is no way that you won't get the job. So what we are doing, we're offering a money back guarantee, and the condition is that you have to have 1 year of active job search. And after 1 year of active job search, if you didn't find the job, we will be more than happy to return your money. Now, active job is, again, active job searching is not that you apply a job today and then after 3 days or 4 days later you apply one more job. Active job searching doesn't go like that. Means active job searching means that you are hungry, right? You want to get that job no matter what. Means at least 3 to 5 jobs you are applying every single day. And you're checking yourself, you're improving yourself every day, right? Again, all of these things I'm going to teach you, right? I'm going to teach you how to find the jobs, how to apply for them. Mentorship sessions is all about them, right? So what I'm saying, that again, all of these terms, they are going to be very fairly written in our terms and condition document. If you guys are interested, we'll send you that after the enrollment, and you can go over them. But again, no one can guarantee that you will get the job. But if you follow our instructions, just to make it fair, make it peace of mind for you guys, we're offering money back guarantee if you don't get the job after following our instructions for 1 year, in a nutshell. Okay, so now the seats are very limited. Again, we encourage you to buy in one goal, but again, we do have the offer plans, the installment plans, and the seats are limited. And the reason is that the less students, more attention. As I mentioned, we have a dedicated in-house team that checks your homework manually every time you submit. They pay attention, they provide the remarks, and they provide the marks that you will gain out of it. And based on that, you will move to the next chapter, next chapter, and next assignment. Okay, so again, seats are very limited. Now we'll come to the question and answers. I see Vikram has a question. What is rough starting salary? To be honest with you, the rough starting salary, I would say anywhere from 70 to anywhere up 60 to 70 $70,000 a year. $70,000 a year is around, I would say, 35 or $35 per hour, something like that. Now let's go to the frequently asked questions, and then if after that I want you guys to ask me questions, and I'll be here to answer all of them. Now the most frequently asked questions that we get are, what is a course schedule, and what if I won't be able to attend the live classes? So again, all of our classes are live, remote, and what if you don't attend the class? Again, all the classes are going to be recorded, right? So that you can access them anytime. Doesn't matter if you attended the class or not, you will have access to those live recorded sessions. Okay, so again, the classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7:30 p.m. So it's like 1.5 hour every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. And what is included in job assistance is, again, mentorship sessions that we talked about, the mock interviews, the interview coaching will have help you build a resume, right? And of course, best students will get the job offer, right, from our partners as well. So we do have some partners as well. These guys are locally placed in, Toronto, but again, um, it's part of our job assistance. So, will we have any real experience in our resume at the end of this course? Yes. In fact, everything that we are going to do from day one to end is going to be on a real project. And at the end of the program, we'll have internship, which will enhance your real experience as well. And you can take that experience with you in your resume. Now, what is practice on real project? That's another question that we get asked often. So after learning the theory of testing, you will be practicing on a real Coil app, the music app. You will be testing the way I do at job. We'll be automating. If you're going to enroll in automation, you will be automating that as well. Okay. Yes, we do have. So the other question is, do you have any installment plans or loan options? Yes, we do have very flexible installment plans. Our admission advisors, they will be able to assist you further on that if you're interested. Now, these were the frequently asked questions. Now I'm gonna go to the chat to answer any of your questions that you might have. Now, Vikramjit is, I think I've answered your question. What is a rough starting salary, right? It's around 70K a year. Bob, I see you have deleted your comment. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. But if you don't mind, you can ask that question again and I'll try to answer. When the course is going to start? Awesome question. The course is going to start on November 4th, means the next to next Monday. Yes. Okay. So, what is our graduate success rate? So, I would say 70% of them have found the job within 3 months of after graduation. That's a big number. And the graduate itself, like the people who, only 2% in the last batch, only 2% of the people were not able to graduate, and that's because, and I personally like came to know about their situations. Some of them were, a couple of them were not able to continue because of their commitments at their work, and also the other ones, they had some issues with their family. So life situations that happened, and because of that they were not able to attend. But that's completely fine. If you're not able to attend, you can re-enroll into our program. We're not going to charge you anything. You have already paid. You can, if you have missed it for some issues, because life happened, and for some reason you have missed it, that's completely fine. You can come back and you can resit in our programs, and this is available to you for 1 year. Again, we after 1 year, we want you to re-enroll. So for 1 year, you can come back anytime. Bianti is asking, are you providing the certification also? Yes, so we will have the certificate from scaleup.study. And to be honest with you, I am somebody who prioritize knowledge more than certification. But with this program, you can not only get our certificate, but you can also apply for a whole lot of other certification. You will just have to appear in the exam for those particular certifications, and then you can get it. For example, project management. What we are going to learn is going to help you gain real experience and knowledge about project management. You can also later on apply for those project management exams and get certified there. But we do have our own in-house certification as well, for sure. Any other question? That was a really good question too. I feel like I should have had these questions addressed in the slides. Maybe next time. Yeah, no worries, man. Anyone else? Any other question? No further questions. Again, it's your time now, and this is exactly what I encourage. Our classes are live just like this, right? And I mean, there is information in today's world. Information is available to you everywhere, right? The whole point of taking these live classes is that so I can answer your questions, right? You can ask me and I can answer you anytime. For whatever reason, let's say if I missed it, for example, I missed Bob's question earlier, you can always, pinpoint that, hey, you missed my question earlier, and I'll come back to you. So again, the whole, like the real big plus point of this program is that we are live, means you can ask me questions. This doesn't happen in YouTube. This doesn't happen in Udemy or anywhere else, right? This happens only in live schools, in college, universities, and here. Any other question, guys? I mean, I talk so much. I want you guys to say something now. Jan said, "No, all is knowledgeable. Thanks for the webinar. I really, I'm really glad that you have joined, and I'm able to deliver some knowledgeable information. But again, whatever I have said, don't take my words for it, and make this, that should be the habit, right, for everyone. Don't take what you just heard. Go do your own research, right? It's an era of social media. There is a whole lot of stuff going on. Every time you hear something, if it is important to you, verify it. So again, I want you guys to verify whatever I just said. Do your own research. Check up on Indeed, Chat GPT, YouTube it. You will find the options, and you will find the answers. And I'm here to answer anything. Okay, so we are already over 1 hour. I'm going to ask one more time if there is any question. Going once, twice, thrice. Okay, so one quick thing from my side before we conclude. So after this, you're going to get the email very shortly. And if you're watching on the webinar on the link that we shared with you, not on the YouTube but on the link, then I just want to say that there is an enroll button. If you're interested, if you think that this is the right career for you, please go ahead and click on that link to enroll yourself. Also, you will be getting an email very soon. In that email, there's also the link to enroll. So if you're interested, please go ahead and enroll, and our admission advisor will be in touch with you from that point on. Okay. So if there is no further questions, then this is all that I had to offer this morning. Thank you so much, guys. You've been awesome. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. And if anything, you guys can reach out to us anytime, and we'll be more than happy to answer. We'll be getting an email very soon. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.